of the Kevin Connor show?
It's a fabulous show. I like it very much.
What do you like about the works?
The use of paint, of colour, of scale, of loose brush marks, and the perspective of the compositions is really topsy-turvy and flattened out. I really like that too.
Shot. Just a nice shot. And of the paintings. The paintings, very textural.
Well, it's a fabulous show. They get better and better.
I'm sure you guys go way back.
Well, he goes back a lot further than I am. But we were at the Cité together in Paris, and so was Terry O'Donnell.
Which year were you at the Cité together?
We're walking down the stairs together. Terry's 10 years older than me, and Kevin's 10 years older than Terry, exactly. So
that's good. So he's 20 years older than you?
Yes.
I'm good at maths.
Yes.
And how are you feeling at this point after having won the Archibald?
Very relaxed. It's all over and I've gone back to normal, which is really nice.
I can't do this now.
Phoebe just had a connection with the artist, I guess. She just really enjoys the line making that Kevin Connor has. And I think they're great. I think they're a lot of fun. I don't really know Kevin Connor personally. I can't really comment on exactly his thing, but he's a good painter.
They're very figurative and they're very much based in drawing, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
There's somebody else, his son, and for the astute buyer, buy the son.
It's about him. It's always about him.
Who's that fellow?
He's Ian Hickey. He's the Brain and Mind Research Institute chairman.
Okay.
So he knows a lot about brains, which as an artist is helpful.
That sounds very good. And as a son, and my mum was your teacher.
Yes, I remember your mother.
You must have been taught very well. What do you think of the show?
Well, I'm slightly biased, but nevertheless, I think it's magnificent.
We like a biased opinion.
I think it's magnificent. I think it's one of his best, and I think he'll keep painting. He paints 7 days a week, you know. He goes to his studio 7 days a week, albeit he has more snoozes than he once had.
When does he get time to do any drawing if he paints 7 days a week?
Well, he's also drawing 7 days a week, you see. The man's slightly obsessive, but that's a good thing when he produces things like this.
But if you to be a harsh critic, how would you say it compares with his previous shows?
Well, look, I think it's one of his best, but I'll tell you, I have a lot of difficulty sometimes with his palette because he pushes the envelope all the time, and that painting over there is just an example of it.
That's my favourite, actually.
I mean, you look at the palette there, it's a very difficult palette to make work, and he raises the bar for himself. He's his own hardest critic, and each time he raises the bar higher, and each time he seems to get it. One of the things he said he'll never do is paint, as a Sydney artist, paint the Opera House or the Harbour Bridge in a painting. Of course, he worked out a way of doing it.
Is that the first time he's done it?
It's the first time he's done it.
Well, he's done it pretty well.
Yeah, and this gnarly, brutal sort of...
and it's just a faint, distant
well, so often you see the bridge like that, don't you? You know, as a silhouette or as an image amongst fireworks or amongst clouds or rain. And that Opera House has got to be the most gnarliest sort of oyster, crustacean-like.
But it's barely visible, so it's very subtle.
Yeah, it's definitely Opera House.
It's very subtle, but it's good that you don't first notice it as that very obvious symbol.
Because he draws so much, some of the paintings come quite easily. Now, I don't know whether that one did, but let's say it did. Whereas, as Hendrik said, that one was a struggle. You know, he might put it away for a while, then work on it, rework it, scrape it back, rework it. The one at the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge, on the other hand, may well have, and I don't know this, may well have come very quickly, as they do sometimes.
Yeah, it feels like it's come far more quickly than this one.
Because the lovely thing about Kevin, for me, is that we're great friends, and he loves my children, his grandchildren, so we're there all the time.
That's good.
And you do see works, and you do take them a little bit for granted. I remember once, put it this way, with an Archibald entry, he had worked and laboured for months, and he stayed up all night a number of times on this one painting. He ditched it, destroyed it, disheartened.
Who was it of?
I can't remember.
It'd be interesting to know.
I'll find out. I think I would have been 15. I mean, they haven't all the time, and he's been hung 23 times.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to know who he destroyed.
Yeah. He painted another painting that night, and it was spontaneous. The only reason why he could do that was because he had the experience of painting working on the other one.
And just that frustration and ambition to get it done. Well, thank you so much, Paul. We look forward to featuring you on Australian Patrol as well, your work. When are you next showing?
Well, that's a good point. I've got lots of work next year, I think I'll show.
Like, no. You're really good at this. Yeah, awesome. Which ones did you write?
Well, I saw the one of the kingpin for somebody forwarded it to me.
This is Giovanni. Giovanni, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. And I absolutely love Kevin Connor.
Did you see his show at the New South Wales Gallery?
I did.
The drawings were quite superb. That excessive energy was really inspiring.
Absolutely, yes. It was quite overwhelming to see all those drawings together.
There are a few drawings in ink which are interesting, which we'll have a look at.
Yes.
Giovanni was just saying that you're her second leg.
Her second leg?
Her second leg.
What does that mean?
She just really admires you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's flattering.
What do you think of the show?
I'm a big fan of Kevin's work and him as a man.
Has he taught you in the past?
He's like my second dad, really.
Oh, really? So are you friendly with Paul, or is there a bit of sibling rivalry?
No. Paul is the original Bob Longtackle. He's a very strange man, a very funny man, and love him dearly. Yeah. My friendship with Paul started on desert trips out in a place called Mutawinji.
With Kevin as well?
Just Paul.
Okay.
And I got to know Kevin through Paul.
Through Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He just gets gutsier and gutsier. He's like he's tough. He's tough.
That we featured, it seems like it's been laboured over quite a bit, whereas the others seem far more sketchier. They happen quite instantaneously.
I just think he's definitely like one of the best drawers that ever come out of this country.
You're on Australian Patrol. Well, congratulations about your show.
Thank you.
I'm sure you're very proud.
Yes, I'm very happy.
Did you get any painting done today?
Not today.
No, not today.
I just had a few cups of coffee at Bill and Turners.
Can I just ask, how long did that particular painting take?
This one?
Yeah, the Stanley Street.
I sort of was in the studio for about a year and kept failing, and then eventually it came good. Some of them are very fast, some are very slow. That's it.
Is there a painting underneath that particular one?
It's overpainted quite a bit though.
And you say it's about Stanley Street?
Well, I go there for coffee every day, and my studio is just over the road here, so I'm around Stanley Street.
It's almost this cat figure in the middle. It's very, very intriguing.
Cat figure?
Yeah, there's a cat figure in the middle.
I can't see a cat.
I can see a cat. I'll point it out to you.
I can show you a rat.
The colours are very alluring. Yes, it could be a rat.
It's a rat.
Well, you're not any sort of rat. I'm sure we'll look forward to seeing more of your show.
Okay. And we'll forgive you for the Tom and Jerry mistake.
Pardon?
I said I'll forgive you for the Tom and Jerry mistake.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Downtown